And we're with Cemre.
Yes.
All right. Can you tell us a bit of you, about you?
Yeah, sure. I'm a Turkish guy. I live in New York nowadays. I'm a designer founder of a small startup called Branch. We raised a round of seed funding over a year ago, and I've been involved in startup events like Startup Bus and Startup Weekend. One of my friends that's from Mexico City that was in New York a year and a half ago asked me if I could come out and help out and like coach and maybe judge the event. That's why I'm here.
Right. What is your company do?
We are a website for conversations, so we realize that there's a gap in the internet if you want to convene a small group of people and have a discussion with them. It's not really possible because on the internet it's either one-to-one or you have to include everyone. So we started with this expert discussion platform and now it's open to everyone.
Great. And well, you are helping here teams with their projects, right?
Yeah.
What is the most common question, or what are you helping with?
I can't think of a particular question, but I think for the majority of the teams, they have this like big idea and they don't know where to start. And I have a lot of experience with these sort of hackathons, so I give them advice about like how to make a prototype of their project without necessarily writing any code. So I suggest different platforms to them on the internet that they could use to test their idea.
Right. And what is the project you're seeing right now is like the best one or interesting one?
There's a team that is doing sort of a review service for doctors. I think that is really interesting. They are up to a really good start. Another one that I find interesting is a service for freelancers that helps freelancers prepare their tax forms. Because in the US we have a bunch of websites that help you do your taxes, but apparently not in Mexico. And there are people in the team that are freelancers, so they know what kind of a product they would use. I think that is pretty exciting.
About this first approach of them of getting the idea and trying to take it to the real world.
Right.
What do you think is the process, or what do you think would be a best way to do that?
Yeah, I feel like talking to people helps a lot. Problem people run into in events like this is people get too stuck in their head and they don't take the time to go outside the building and talk to actual people that could become their customers. Because when you have those conversations, you uncover a bunch of information that can help you, that can influence your product idea. And I think the best thing to do is come up with the simplest version of the idea that you can make. You don't even have to program. It could be a blog or it could be a Google form, and put people into the site to see what they think about it. So I think a good way to start is not design anything, not program anything, just make a couple pages on the internet to see if people are interested.
All right, and if they're interested, what would be the next step?
Well, the next step would be probably building out like piece by piece. A big mistake, not only like projects and startup weekends, but actual startups run into is they have a really ambitious plan and they get into a room and have to develop this thing for 3 months before they can show it to everyone. So whatever you can do to avoid that, I think, is good. So you start small, a couple pages, you just give it to people, you see what they think based on their feedback, either take things out or add new things. I think that's the way to go. So constantly iterating on your project based on feedback you get from people that could be your customers.
And what about something you could say about getting partners?
It's kind of like getting married. I was in one of our investors organized an event for their portfolio companies a couple of weeks ago in San Francisco, and they said people in the board of your company are kind of like marriage counselors. So if you have problems with your co-founders, there should be people that you can go to. It's really like being married because like it starts with something like a very emotional connection and then something very intense, and over time you have to learn how to deal with differences of opinion and how to work together, because it's not like flowers and rainbows all the time, right? So it's important to find people you don't necessarily have to have the same opinion as them all the time, but it's really important to figure out how you like solve problems, and if you have like a different opinion, how you deal with that.
Besides coaching, you're going to be a judge,
Yeah.
right? And what do you take into account to decide which project would be kind of the best? Because here we don't have any winner, right?
Yeah. Well, for me, the important thing is seeing like how people. Since I'm a designer, I'm very much involved with thinking about what would the user feel like, you know, what does the product look like from a user perspective. So I think amongst the judges, I think I'll be that voice. I'll think about empathetically how does this product, you know, relate to the user.
All right. Well, any final advice for teams?
First time in Mexico City, I love it.
All right.
Glad I made it here. So thanks everyone for the hospitality.
Okay, thanks to you for coming.
Thank you.